Hey everyone, welcome to the club. Today I'm going to be showing you how to draw Gwenpool. Now we're going to get started in the middle of our page with the eyes. So we're going to move over to the left side and draw in a circle. Starting from the top, just going to work our way around to the bottom of the eye, and then back up towards the top. Now we're going to leave a large gap in the center and draw the same thing on the right. So we want to line up the top of the circle, and come down to the same height, and back up towards the top. Now we're going to thicken up the eyelashes. So we're going to start at the top of the eye, we're going to step in, we're going to curve over the eye, come down along the side. Now at the end we just want to flick this up. Now from here I want to curve down and then in towards the bottom side of the eye. Just going to curve that down and in. Let's do the same thing on the right. Starting from the inside edge, curve up above the eye, come down the side, and we're just going to flick that back up. Now let's curve down and then in towards the side of the eye. Let's go ahead and fill the lashes in black. Now from here we're going to draw in the lower part of the head. So from the left eye we're going to step out, start on the top of the cheek, come down, curve down and in towards the chin. Now we just want to pull that back up on the right side, just beside the eye. Now we're going to go in and draw on the top of the head. We start on the left, just above the cheek. We're going to curve out and up. I'm just going to start to pull that in towards the top of the head. Now we're going to pull this in about halfway. We're going to stop right about there. Now I'm going to leave a gap and draw the same thing on the right. So moving over, curve out, down, around the eye. Now we're going to pull that in towards the top of the cheek on the right. Now we're going to go back to the left side. Right up here we're going to curve up, down, and then back up on the right. So go up, down. I'm just going to flick that back up on the end. Now I'm going to taper this back in towards the side of the head. Come down and then in. Now we're going to move in between the eyes. Starting right here, we're going to start with a point. We're going to draw the edge of the mask. From the center, we're going to curve out and down towards the left. Go back to the center, we're going to curve down and out towards the right. Now I'm going to add that seam along the side of the mask. Starting from the top on the left, we're going to curve in and then pull that down on top of the left eye. Come down, we're going to continue down and then out. Let's do the same thing on the right. So we're going to line this up, curve in, and then down on top of the right eye, come straight down, curve down and out toward the edge of the mask. And we're going to move to the center and draw on the nose. So on the left side, we're going to leave a little gap, draw a curve, coming down, and then back up on the right. Now we're going to give her a large smile, so we're going to move over to the left side, draw on the top edge of the mouth, curve down, and then back up on the right. Let's add in the top lip. In the center, we're going to step up, start with a point. From this point, we're going to angle up and out toward the left, and then the right. Now from the top left, we're going to curve down and blend towards the left side of the mouth. Go to the right side, curve down and out towards the right. Now let's draw the lower part of the mouth. Starting from the left side corner of the mouth, we're going to step in, come down, curve the bottom of the mouth, and then back up on the right. Now we just want to thicken up the lower lip. We start on the left side again. We're just going to taper it so it gets thicker along the bottom, and then back up on the right. Let's add the top row of teeth. From the corner of the mouth, we're going to step in, curve down in the middle, and back up on the right. Now we're going to add the tongue. We're going to curve in the opposite direction. From the left side, we're going to curve up, and then down, and then we want to fill the inside of the mouth in black. Now that we've drawn the head, let's work our way down the sides of the body. So we're going to move over to the left side, start by curving out, and then straight down towards the hip. We're going to take that and flip it over on the right. So let's line this up, curve out, and then straight down towards the right to the same height. Now we're going to close this off with a curve. Starting from the left, we're going to curve down, and then back up. Now let's draw on the top of the belt. We're going to step up, draw that same curve going across. Now we're going to add that large buckle in the center. Leaving a gap in the middle, we're going to draw 2 straight lines on either side. One on the left, and then one on the right. Now we're going to add that large G symbol. So from the top right corner, we're going to step down, draw a straight line going across to right about there, come down towards the bottom. Now we're going to go back across towards the right, we come up, not all the way, we're going to leave a little gap, and we'll go back across towards the right side. Let's add another strap going across the body. Starting on the left, we're going to curve down, and then back up on the right. Step down, draw the lower part of the strap going across. Now we're going to add a buckle in the middle, again leaving a gap in the center. We'll draw 2 straight lines on the left and right. Let's add that trim along the inside. Starting underneath the chin on the left, we're going to curve out, down in behind the strap. We'll continue along the bottom towards the top of the belt. Let's do the same thing on the right, curving out and down in behind the strap, and then we'll come down towards the belt. Now we're going to add 4 buckles on the inside. Starting from the left, we're going to angle down and in. We'll do the same thing on the right, just lining this up. Come down with a straight line on the inside. Now we're going to angle down and out towards the side of that trim. Let's do another set along the bottom. Starting on the left, we'll angle down and in. Go straight down with a short line on the inside. Then we'll angle down and out towards the side of the trim. We're going to continue working down the legs. So in the center, underneath the belt, we're going to go straight down, start with a point. From this point, we're going to curve out and then down towards the left heel, and then out and down towards the right heel. Let's round out the bottom of the feet. So from the heel, we're going to curve down and up towards the toe on the left, and we'll do the same thing on the right side. Now back on the left toe, we're going to draw the top of the foot. Start out here, we're going to curve up. I'm going to curve this down, aiming towards the heel. We'll stop right about there. We're going to reverse the curve. We're going to blend into a curve going up towards the inside of the leg. Let's do the same thing on the right. Starting from the toe, we'll curve up, curve down, aiming towards the heel. Now we're just going to curl that back up towards the inside of the leg. Now we're going to thicken up the sole. Taking this curve, we're going to step up. We're just going to duplicate that on both sides. Now let's add a toe cap. From the edge of the sole, we're going to step up, curve in, and then down. We're going to move back up towards the hip and draw on the outside of the leg. Starting from the left hip, we're going to curve out, round out the knee, and then pull that in towards the top of the foot. Do the same thing on the right, curving out, and then back in. Let's add the edge of the shorts. From the center, I'm going to curve up and out just underneath the belt. Up to there, and do the same thing on the right side. Now we're going to continue this trim underneath the belt along the shorts. We're just going to angle down and out towards the side on both sides. Now about halfway down the leg, we're going to add the edge of the boot. Starting on the left, we're going to curve down and then back up. Do the same thing on the right side. Now let's add a strap along each leg. We step up, draw that same curve going across, and we leave a small gap and draw that same thing again, going in towards the inside of the leg. Let's do the same thing on the right. Now we're going to add a buckle on each side. So on the left, we'll draw 2 straight lines, and we'll do the same thing on the right. Now we're going to add a trim across the leg. We're going to start with that center seam. Starting from the top, we're going to go straight down towards the top of the foot. And do the same thing on the right side. Let's go back to the left side. We're going to add 1 strap going across. From the top of the boot, we're going to step down, follow that same curve just along the inside, go straight down, and we're going to follow that same curve going back out. Do the same thing on the right. Coming in towards that line, go straight down, and then curve that back out. Now we're going to draw the strap on the inside. We're going to take this line, start from this line, we're going to curve in towards the inside of the leg, step down, draw that same curve. Do the same thing here. Just going to line this up on the inside of the leg. Now let's move back up and draw on the arms. We're going to start with the shoulder strap first. From the side of the body on the left, we're going to step out, we're going to curve out. I'm just going to pull that in towards the bottom edge of the strap. Do the same thing on the right side. Now we're gonna have her holding two swords. So let's start on the left side. On the top of the shoulder, we're gonna curve down and then out towards the wrist. Let's draw on the thumb. We're gonna go up, curve back down. Now at the tip of the thumb, we're just gonna hook this back up. Let's add in the palm. From here, we're just gonna come down and then hook that in. Now right here, we're gonna layer 3 fingers in behind the thumb. So on the side of the thumb, we're gonna draw a half oval going out and then in. Start at the bottom of this finger, we're gonna go out, down, and then up underneath the thumb. We'll do that one more time. Curving around, and then back up. Let's do the same thing on the right side. Starting from the top of the shoulder, we're gonna come down, and then out towards the wrist. Let's add in the thumb. Going up, down towards the tip of the thumb, and we'll pull that back up. We're gonna add that palm, come down and in. Now we're gonna add 3 fingers along the side. Start with the first finger, the half oval. Starting at the bottom of this finger, we're gonna go around, and then up underneath the thumb. We'll do that one more time. Let's go back to the left side and draw on the bottom of the handle. We draw 2 straight lines coming down underneath this finger. Close off the bottom with a straight line. Now we're gonna draw on the top of the hilt. At the top of this finger, we're gonna go straight out, go up the side with a short line. Now we're gonna go back in just on top of the thumb, and we'll pull that back down. Let's do the same thing on the right side. Start with the handle with 2 lines, close off the bottom with a straight line. Now let's draw on the hilt. Starting from the top of this finger, we're gonna go out, go up, go back in with a straight line just above the thumb, and then we'll pull that back down. Now let's draw on the sword. From this top corner of the hilt, we're gonna step in, go straight up towards the tip of the sword. Now we wanna angle down and out with a short line. Now we're gonna come straight back down on top of the hilt. Let's do the same thing on the right. Starting up here, on top of the hilt, we're gonna go straight up towards the top tip. We wanna make sure we go to the same height as we have on the left. Angle down and out. Then we're gonna pull that back down towards the top of the hilt. Now we're gonna go back towards the top of the wrist. We're gonna curve around the palm and then out in behind the handle. Let's do the same thing on the right. Going around the palm, push this out in behind this handle. Now let's draw on the bottom of the arm. Starting from the inside of the palm, come in and curve that up in behind the body. Let's do the same thing on the right. Starting down here, we're gonna curve down, and then we'll pull that up in behind the body. Let's add some detail to the arms. Starting from the bottom of the strap, we're gonna go up and curve that out towards the outside of the arm. Do that on both sides. Now we're gonna add the edge of the glove. About halfway along this curve in and then down. Let's add a strap. We draw 2 curves in between. Start with the inside curve, step out, draw that twice. Now the last thing we're gonna do is add the pouch on the side of the hips. Starting from the top corner of the belt, we're gonna go straight out, straight down, and then pull that in behind the leg. Do the same thing on the right side. Down, and then in. And that's pretty much it. There we have it. There's Gwenpool. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Make sure you subscribe and send me your requests in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.